A station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You're watching DC News Now at 9.
And coming up, a teenager home alone as a stranger tries to break down the family's front door.
So I knew there was something wrong. Next thing I know, I hear more ruffling and these guys are walking up the stairs.
It's like something out of a horror movie, and you won't believe how this 17-year-old managed to escape.
Plus, a horrific crash on Rock Creek Parkway pushes some questionable DC laws into the spotlight. How a loophole may be keeping dangerous drivers on the road.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. It was a wonderful Thursday evening, and we're going to continue to this track of sunshine across the region. Have your full forecast coming up.
All right, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Well, 2 weeks after Fairfax County police shot and killed a man they say violently attacked an officer inside his own cruiser, the department is sharing the body camera for the very first time.
Yeah, so before we show you the video, we do want to warn you it may be disturbing for some viewers. So first, here's some security footage from that scene. This all happened on May 11th. The officer spotted a stolen U-Haul parked at a gas station off of Richmond Highway. They then go to detain the driver, Brandon Lamagne.
Yeah, that's when Lamagne starts attacking that officer and tries stealing his gun. Tulsa moves inside the police cruiser. The car spins out of control, crashes into a McDonald's right next door. You can see it there, the responding officer firing and killing Lamagne. Here's some of the body camera video from throughout that incident.
Hey, sir. Driving a U-Haul?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you talk to me real quick over here?
Of course.
You're not in a restaurant, you're just being detained, okay?
What's report is stolen?
Right. Get off my gun! Get off my gun!
Shots fired, several shots fired.
And coming up at 9:30 tonight, we're hearing from Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis in a full report by our Max Marcilla.
Remember why this long weekend is here. It wasn't, just given. It was earned by a lot of the service members out here.
Honoring fallen heroes, a Memorial Day tribute now on display at Arlington National Cemetery. Today, hundreds of soldiers gathered there, placing flags at more than 250,000 graves. The soldiers hope the gesture serves as a tribute for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And Taz, is not just a flags-in ceremony. Arlington National Cemetery also holding multiple events this weekend, including a Flowers of Remembrance Day and also a wreath-laying ceremony.
Yeah, such a beautiful moment.
Very much so, and so appreciated as well. All right, as we look ahead to the Memorial Day weekend, let's get a check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, and Janessa, will the weather be okay for people who want to pay their respects this weekend?
Oh, definitely. I want people to be outside. Take your time. Don't worry about any rain flow. If we are going to continue to watch the rain across our region, it's cloudy skies at this point. The clearing continues to kind of take place with high pressure across most of the region. You can see it's a very clear night. The haze has left the area, so that's really the kind of the positive news. Wind flow coming out of the north and east about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It was very kind of sporadic this afternoon, and so across Fredericksburg into Culpeper, you're seeing a wind flow that is sustained, and it's really not too bad out there. So continue to enjoy all the clearing that we are seeing. Highs today definitely slightly below average, 71 to about 72 degrees. We did have a few spots across Leesburg into Martinsburg, upper 60s, but all in all, a pretty fantastic day with a cooler air mass in place. Now, as your evening planner, mostly clear skies by that midnight hour, 55 degrees. Overnight lows, they're going to be on the chillier side in the middle 40s. Chris and Dasmin, we are tracking a few raindrops, but this storm system is very disorganized. We'll look at that weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Janessa, we'll see you momentarily. Thanks. Meanwhile, all new tonight, terrifying moments for a teenager in Montgomery County during an attempted home burglary. He had to escape through a window, then climb onto his roof right before he called police. Our reporter Jan Marie Sisse went to the teen's home in Gaithersburg and spoke with him about that frightening moment.
Imagine coming home, relaxing in your bed, and then all of a sudden you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. You then run to a bathroom, lock yourself inside, and then someone tries to kick the door down. And that was one teenager's reality, and he tells me it was the most nerve-wracking moment of his life.
It's just trying to invade your house. It's just not nice, not normal, especially to a kid like me who's just home alone.
A Ring camera captures the moment a man dressed in a reflective jacket, a ski mask, and holding what appears to be a grass trimmer walks into a Gaithersburg home on Wednesday morning.
I was just in bed and I heard some ruffling downstairs.
It all unfolded while 17-year-old Charlie Schwartz was inside the house. Schwartz says he knew something was off.
I had called my mom and she wasn't expecting anyone coming to the house, so I knew there was something wrong. Next thing I know, I hear more ruffling and these guys are walking up the stairs.
He quickly went into the bathroom and locked the door.
They tried kicking the door. I ended up opening up the window that's in the bathroom and I climbed up on the roof.
And that's when he immediately called police. More surveillance video shows not one, but now two men walking out the back gate. George says he's thankful he's safe and nothing was taken, but it was a situation he never would have imagined himself being in.
Usually this neighborhood is pretty safe, but you know, it just goes to show that you never know what kind of people are out there, and people are crazy, so.
Gaithersburg police say to use solid or metal for outside doors, invest in an alarm system, make sure your doors are always locked, and leave a light on when you're not home.
Just when you're in that situation, you never know whether someone has something, so you just gotta get away.
Reporting in Gaithersburg, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yeah, what a chilling story. Meanwhile, developing tonight, it is the blame game. Two local agencies accuse the other of dropping the ball, allowing a convicted drunk driver to stay behind the wheel. 43-year-old Nikita Walker was charged this week with second-degree murder. Police say she hit and killed 3 people in a crash on Rock Creek Parkway in March. Now, according to court records, Walker was under the influence at the time of that crash. Plus, she was convicted of DUI in 2015, 2018, and in 2020. On Wednesday, Deputy Mayor Lucinda Baber admitted Walker should not have had a license, but she claims the DMV was unaware of Walker's history.
DC Superior Court was being quoted as saying she had 3 DUIs. DC DMV had notification of none of them. So now DC DMV will go back out to DC Superior Court to say what has happened.
DC News Now did reach out to the court system. A spokesperson says it did pass along all information related to Walker's convictions to the DMV electronically, saying in a statement, as far as we have been able to uncover, there are no computer issues with the DC court's data and computer systems connected to the transmission of information regularly sent to the DC Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, that crash and Walker's past record is putting DC's DUI laws in the spotlight.
Yeah, so specifically, it comes when it comes as suspending a license for drunk driving. Our reporter Mariel Carbone joins us live downtown for us tonight. And Mariel, council members say there's a major loophole right now in district law.
Yeah, that's right, and it's a loophole that could potentially allow dangerous drivers to stay on the roadway even after a serious incident like a DUI. Now tonight, one council member is looking to change that.
We can't bring him back. His daughter can't have the dad back.
It's a death that Mohammed Fofana says should have never happened. His brother-in-law, Mohammed Kamara, killed when a drunk driver hit him. The driver, Nikita Walker, had 3 prior DUI convictions.
It's a failure in the system. The license should have been revoked. Definitely the car should have been revoked.
And it could potentially happen again.
I'm calling it a loophole, because I think it is.
Walker's case is special because in part clerical oversight kept her on the road. But DC's current law does allow potentially dangerous drivers to keep driving after a crash like that. Right now, a driver must be convicted, not just charged of a DUI, before the DC DMV can suspend their license.
The Department of Motor Vehicles not get notified by the DC Superior Court to do anything to an individual's license until they're convicted of something.
In the process of the time of your case being adjudicated, who knows how many other laws you will break and how many other people might get hurt as a result of your reckless driving.
At-large council member Christina Henderson plans to introduce legislation next month to close that loophole.
When you are charged with negligent homicide, when you are charged with a DUI, your license will be suspended and you can go through a process to have that appealed.
bringing some of the change Fofana is hoping for.
One thing we can get from this, maybe this strategy can help with our legislative and some of these laws to just make sure that other family members don't have to experience what we're going through.
And now we checked with other states to see how they handle this. Over in Maryland, a police officer can issue an order of suspension. That is if a person is suspected of or is found to be driving impaired. And then over in Virginia, an officer can order an administrative license suspension. And they can do that if a driver refuses a breathalyzer or if the breathalyzer comes back and shows that they are 0.08 for the blood alcohol level. Reporting downtown tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
A traffic alert ahead of your holiday weekend and what's expected to be one of the busiest travel weekends in years.
Yes, if you want to know what's the best time to get going this weekend, our traffic anchor, Shanika Grimshaw, has some answers.
The weekend is just about here for the best and worst times to travel. AAA expects Friday, May 26th to be the busiest day on the roads during the long Memorial Day weekend. The best times to travel by car are in the morning or evening after 6 p.m. The lightest traffic days will be Saturday and Sunday. Major metro areas like big cities, D.C., Boston, New York, Seattle, and Tampa will likely see travel times double compared to normal. With lower gas prices and more travelers on the road this year, drivers should expect long delays this holiday weekend, especially in and around major metro areas as commuters mix with Memorial Day travelers. So our advice is to avoid driving during peak hours or use alternative routes. Maryland Transportation Authority says the best times to travel across the Bay Bridge if you're heading up to Ocean City this weekend will be Thursday, May 25th before 10 a.m. and after 9 p.m. Friday, May 26th before 8 a.m. and after 9 p.m. Saturday, May 27th before 8 a.m. and after 4 p.m. Sunday, May 28th before 11 a.m. and after 5 p.m. Memorial Day Monday, May 29th before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. This is expected to be the third busiest Memorial Day weekend since 2000. For DC News Now, I'm Shanika Grimshaw.